We can take the union of two sets. So the union of two sets is a new third set that contains everything that appears in the two original sets. And we have notation for this. It looks like a fancy letter U for union. So we have A union B. If we have A and B as listed, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, A, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, B, then I can take the union of these two sets and I'm going to write everything together. So the 2 came from B, 3 came from A, 4 came from B, the 6 was in both A and B. I don't need to write it both times. I just write it once. Even though it appears in A and B, I'm not going to double list it. The 8 came from B, the 9 came from A. The 10 came from B. The 12 appears in both of them, but I'm only going to write it one time. The 15 came from A. Here's another way to look at it. Here's A and here's B. Notice that they have something in common, 6 and 12. So this is a little like glimpse into the future where we go over Venn diagrams, but I'm including it here because you may have seen this before in the past. You may like this visual representation of sets. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking everything in both circles. So that would be 3, 9, 15, 6, 12, 2, 4, 8, 10. With sets, when they're numbers like this, it's customary to write them from low to high, but it really is just 3, 9, 15, 6, 12, 2, 4, 18, and then just sort them from low to high. So in general, when you're taking the union and you're looking at it in terms of a Venn diagram, you're going to take everything from both circles. Don't list the repeats. We can also look at something called the intersection. So we have the same set or sets. I haven't changed what A and B are, so the picture hasn't changed. But I'm asking a different question. It's about intersections. So the intersection of two sets is a third set that contains the stuff that the two original sets have in common. It's the overlap. What did they both have? So earlier in the union example, we said, okay, they both contain a 6, and I can see that in the list. And they both contain the number 12, and I can also see that in the list. But just as easily, I can see it in a Venn diagram. So what I'm looking at here is, what do they both contain? 6 and 12. So if I were to write the intersection, A intersect B equals the set 6, 12. And in general, when you have two sets and you want the intersection, you're just looking at the overlap. The overlap is just that middle section there in gray.